everyone, it's me, Katie-Beth again, and today I thought I'd bring back another episode of College Cooking with Katie-Beth, which is basically really easy cooking, generally a lot of cheats on how to do things and make them quicker. But today is already Thanksgiving, and I need a dish to take with me to some Thanksgiving dinners I'm going to, and I saw this earlier and planned to have made it a lot earlier than today, but that's how I do things, last minute. So this is the project that I saw and decided that I wanted to make for Thanksgiving to bring places. Sorry, can't get it. Okay, there we go. So I saw this on Facebook, and it looks like just some strawberries, some marshmallows, and some pretzel sticks to make these cute little Thanksgiving turkeys. So that's what we're doing today. So first off, the things you will need for this project are some strawberries. I've pre-washed these, also pre-dry them, it'll help out a lot. Some mini marshmallows, or some soft caramels, and if you get the harder caramels, just warm them up in the microwave, but these are the soft ones. Some pretzel sticks, and some chocolate to melt down. I used both of these, the baking chocolate and some Hershey's, and some parchment paper. It'll also help a lot if you have some type of hard surface, like a baking sheet that you can pick up to put them in the fridge a little more easily. You'll also want a fork, some skewers, or some toothpicks to be able to stab your strawberries and dip them in the chocolate. Alright, so first off, you're going to start with your pretzel sticks. I went ahead and just started breaking them in half. You can start with measuring them to each strawberry to make sure they're the correct length or a nice length, but I just don't have the patience for that, so I just went ahead and started breaking them in half because that's about the size I'll need. And then I just stuck a marshmallow right on top, and I'm kind of doing a measuring thing to see if it's about the size. It's okay, so doing it again. And I'm going to try to measure it again on a different strawberry. The marshmallows are a little big for this, but meh. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and cut them in half to make a little bit of a smaller drumstick, so it's not such a giant drumsticks for some of the smaller strawberries. And they're real sticky on the inside. And that makes a better sized drumstick for the smaller strawberries. So now I'm just going to go ahead and skewer through a bunch and prep a bunch of these sticks. So now I'm going to move on to the caramels. I want to see if I like it better with the caramels as the drumsticks or if I'm good with the marshmallows. So they're pretty soft already. So I'm just going to break off some pieces and then wrap them on the edge of the pretzel and see how that goes. I am liking the caramels more in the sense that you can really shape them a little better to be more like a drumstick and not just a big blob on the end of a stick. So the caramels are nice for molding more. And you can see the difference between drumstick aesthetic look. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make a few more. And I'm just gonna keep prepping a few more of these so I have them ready to go for when I start putting them all together. Alright, so I've got my drumsticks prepped and ready, and now to get the chocolate out and start putting these all together. So I'm mixing the chocolate, and I just microwaved it for 30 seconds continually and stirred it in between that 30 seconds until everything was well melted together, so I didn't have lumps. And let's see how this goes. Okay, so I dipped it in the chocolate, now I'm trying to stick it to the side and hoping that it sticks. This reminds me of that expression of on a wing and a prayer, because that's kind of what you need to keep these wings stuck on. So it's a lot harder to try to get these wings stuck on than I thought it would be. Because they're kind of really heavy, and they're just being glued on by the heavy part. So unless the chocolate dries really quickly, they just want to slide right off. Just putting some more chocolate on there. And this is going to take longer than I thought it would. Okay, I'm trying with the marshmallow one. It really doesn't seem to be any easier. But I think gravity's helping. But will it help on the other side? I think I need to put it more on the front. Maybe if I put them more on the front than the side, gravity will help them stay on more. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna keep trying with the rest of these strawberries. Ah! And hopefully they'll keep sticking on. And, yeah, I'm gonna keep trying with the rest of the strawberries now. As a tip when making a bunch of these, I found it helped if I made the little caramel balls ahead of time, so then I could just put them on to the sticks. So here's my first batch, and now I'm going to put them in the fridge for about 5 minutes so they can cool off and really harden on there before I move on to the next part. And now we're on the next part. I removed these from the refrigerator so they're nice and solidly attached. Just put the skewer in. And now I'm just going to dip it in the chocolate and try and get as much of the strawberry covered as possible. And now I just want to drain off the excess chocolate. And now I realize you can't really see it from that angle, so let me move it up more. And I'm just kind of trying to spin it to get the extra chocolate off without it being swung off with a skewer. Yeah, that's pretty good. And now I'm just going to try another one. Woo! Turkey bath. It looks pretty cute, actually. Just gonna spin it again. Alright, now I'm going to take this one off the skewer, and then I'm gonna try the rest of these strawberries. And here's our almost finished product. I'm going to put these in the fridge to let them harden up. And let's see how they look after. So here are the lovely ladies that I have come up with. I also have this other little tray. And I will say, I've noticed they do look cuter. Like this one is way cuter when I put the sticks on the outside versus these ones where it's more on top. I'm not sure which was easier since I obviously didn't do a lot of the cuter one. I feel like I was just so afraid that the sticks were gonna fall off. I just kept putting them on top so I could hold them with one hand, whereas this is a definite two-hander. I can see that they're starting to get a little sweaty already since my house is a lot hotter than the fridge. My roommates like it real hot in here. Alright, so I got some cookies at Aldi also, and I'm gonna arrange these into a cute strawberries and cookie tray. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so I've decorated 2 trays to take to 2 different households. This is the first. And this is the second. I think I'm also going to take some meat trays, but I don't want to promise anything because time keeps running on. And I think these are pretty cute. I'm not sure entirely how I'm going to wrap them. I guess just a lot of foil or a lot of saran wrap. Ideally, you would put these plates together while you're at the party, but since I'm kind of doing more of a drop-off, I wanted to make them pretty first. And so these are what I ended up with. So overall, I have to say I'm pretty happy with how these turned out. They do taste delicious. I can say that from experience, since I ended up eating up all the mistakes and the extras. I probably should have made more, but I kept eating them. So these are the ones I ended up with. So not a hard project to make if you need to go to a dinner tonight. If you already have these ingredients, they're pretty simple. Any grocery store that's still open should still have these. Again, it's just strawberries, either marshmallows or caramels, pretzel sticks, and the chocolate to dip them in. It's also helpful to have a skewer, or as I found out, a fork is actually a little nicer to use, because with the skewer, the heavy side kept turning over to the bottom and not allowing me to flip it over to try to get the lighter side covered in chocolate. So I ended up using a fork for most of these, and that seemed to work out a little better. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this quick tutorial on making cute little turkey chocolate covered strawberries. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much, and if not, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button down at the bottom. Well, thank you all for joining me today and learning how to make these with me. Definitely a learning experience for myself, and hopefully you guys too. If not, at least something to point and laugh at. Again, thanks for joining me, and have a great rest of your day. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Bye.